Died in 1989. If you ask me, before a boy learns to drive, he ought to change a dozen tires and know to go around and get the door when he gives a girl a ride. Well, babe,
what is going on, everybody? Thanks for coming in here. This is John again with Pit Stop for Country, and I really appreciate you guys coming in and taking the time to watch these videos. The big thing that I thought about, and I know I probably drive some of my friends crazy on social media, promoting Aaron Watson all week, big week for him, super awesome for him. He's in Target. Guys, he's in Target. He's #1 on all of the music outlets right now. Incredible, but I called it. You heard that here on Pit Stop for Country. So I hope when people look back, they'll say, hey, you called it. And one of the first things that I thought about was, what is the transition into Texas country? Like, how did I get so involved in independent music? Because 5-6 years ago was the beginning of that. And even then, it wasn't to the extent it has been the past few years for me. So even what I found further than that is I started looking and I'm like, some of these artists that I like, I didn't care for at first. Not to say that their music is bad, but I wasn't ready for it. And I think that is one of the biggest problems with mainstream music. When you are listening to mainstream country, it's a lot of like amped up. It's power chords up the yin yang. It's all crazy edited for the most part, and it's not even country instrumentals. That's what blows my mind. Now at first, I didn't know that. I was bored of regular country, and this is why bro country is a thing, because they had a problem in the late 2000s or so, was where it really began, because it's boring. There was nothing really memorable. It was just a really tough time, and there was not the youth involvement that there is now. People in my age group, I was one of the few that listened to country. Everybody was listening to like Blink-182 and all that, and I love that early music from the 90s and 2000s, pop, rock. I love it. Some of my favorite music. But I'm a country guy, and that is what gets me incredibly excited, and that's why I'm talking to myself on a camera. But the big thing here is, how do you make the transition from mainstream? And I found for me it was a gradual change. It was something that took place over time. And I wanted to share today some artists that you may, if you're seeing this and you listen to Luke Bryan and Florida Georgia Line and Brantley Gilbert and Dan and Shay, and look, am I going to change your mind? Maybe. Maybe not. And you know what? If you don't want to hear what I have to say, or if you don't agree, that's okay. But I was in the position many people were at one time. I listened to the local Boston and Providence country stations, but I also listened to them before bro country existed. So as I started to analyze my whole transition to being, an independent music supporter, I started looking at, what bands and artists first got me into it. And I'd like to share with you this list.
And I love that pretty little country girl. She's rocking this redneck's world. She's the welcome mat to my home, sweet home. She takes me as I am and loves me like she wants to. Twists my heart up just like a corkscrew and makes me smile as I make her scream. He never asked me where I've been. She could learn a thing or two from him. I said, come. He comes right here. He loves to go fetch my next beer. He rolls over if I tell him to. There ain't a thing my dog won't do. And then he likes my truck. He don't mind my gut. And he loves to hunt hogs. Why can't she be more like my dog? Few streets down, I'm hanging around. If you're hanging around, if you're staying at home, if you're painting the town, if you're wanting to talk, you can give me a call. Or if you really don't feel like talking at all, if you're drinking a beer, I'm drinking a beer. Just get in a cab and get over
Morissette of the Gateway. They're huge names in Texas. They're huge names in Oklahoma. They're huge names in a lot of parts. I mean, I see people, okay, with the Independence Day show, now Texas Independence Day, next weekend. I see people from this area. I think that show's going to do really good, and they have a heck of a lineup there. And it all starts by finding that gateway band, whatever it is for you, and ending up falling in love with it, and next thing you know, you're like me, talking yourself on a camera. That's it for this week, guys. Thanks for checking it out. I know, I don't want to do every episode talking like this, but I really do think it's important to kind of tell you how this happens, why it happens, and, when push comes to shove, I didn't get into country like this overnight. It took me a little time. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Take care. Have a great week.
Died in 1989, if you ask me. Before a boy learns to drive, he ought to change a dozen tires and know to go around and get the door